Hello everyone, welcome back to another game. This time we're playing a shorter game called A Mortician's Tale, which is I don't know, it's kind of it's a kind of famous indie game. But as always, I tend to stay away from all the things that's going on when it comes to information about games. I know it's a shorter type of game, and I know it's specifically kind of story driven, and I think you're hey, hello, it's in the title, A Mortician, where you have to deal with dead people and their family, stuff like that. So let's just find out together what it's all about and start a new game. September 14, 10:15 a.m. Alright, there we are. Got an email. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name is Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you. Helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. Think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart. She runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck, Matthew J. From Amy Rose. Hello everyone, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie. She told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate, came highly recommended, and is eager to begin a career here with us as Rose and daughter's funeral home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon, so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Okay? From Jen Love. Good luck, you beautiful and smart babe, you. Huh! Guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. Can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. Love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. Didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this. Learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe someone paid me to move to London, and not London on serial killer capital of Canada. Oh, it's London, Ontario. To work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories requiring you to see my face and hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. I'm super proud of you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Jen L. I assume that is our girlfriend. Today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly. He's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. Family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye make things a bit easier, if that is possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I'd like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon. Dear Mia, of course, we will happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your... Yes. Dear Amy, we are happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated. And we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment. Since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. You know, this embalming thing, it's completely foreign to me and where I live. That's, as far as I know, I mean, there's probably more places, but this is really American to do. Embalm your body. That only happens here in special cases. Like if you need to have the body keep it above ground for a longer time. In America, it's basically the thing you do. And if you don't want it, you have to request not to be done. And that's a bit weird. Also here, the body can stay 5 days above ground and then it has to go down or get cremated. Hey, thanks. Tips for a good etiquette at a funeral. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month it's all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. Really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are. Because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful with the grieving family and friends. Happily reminiscence. Reminisce. Sure. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can even just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and be helpful. Oh, this is the website. Cool. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. Let's start the game because we're 8 minutes in and we haven't done a thing. Let's go to Mrs. Garcia. She's right there. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on a sponge, drag it over the body to clean it. This reminds me of that old game, Life and Death. And I played Life and Death 2, The Brain, and you had a similar view when you had to operate on people. Sponge. Okay, let's clean this body. Be very respectful to the deceased. Deceased, I must say, not diseased. That's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor, okay? Oh dear, it's actually here. Good God, okay. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. That's a thing. That's a thing. That's what I learned from what's her name again on Ask a Mortician YouTube channel. They want you to think it's mandatory in the US. It's not mandatory, but they will do anything to crank up the costs for you. It's not mandatory. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? It seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Mommy, I'm hungry. Where can we go? Oh, poor guy. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters we used to knit for me now. Yeah, you know why it's cold? Because there's a dead body. That's why. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Okay, let's talk to him. We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least that's what I always taught. Right, so the last thing that I can do is actually click on the casket. Pay my respects and go back in. October 11th, 10:09. Right, so we have done Mrs. Garcia, which means we're going to continue the game next time. So thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please click that like button. Also, if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to hang out with me or my buddies, that is possible. We have a Discord. The link is in the description. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.